That's what we're going to answer today. Hey everyone, it's Sherri from Trail Runner's Journey and Trail Wisdom Weekly, where it's real talk for runners 35 plus who are in it for the long game, not only on the trail, but in life. Because face it, running fits into life, not the other way around. So, which is it? Which one is harder, road running or trail running? Well, I can answer that because I've run a lot of things. I've run road, I've run downhill road, I have run trail, mountains, sand dunes, snow, I've run track, and I've run on my driveway. So, the short answer to which is harder, road or trail, they both are. Honestly, they are both hard. It depends on what you like to do. So let's look at each of them and we're going to see what the differences are. Well, let's start with road running. Well, first of all, you have a surface that's pretty hard and it really doesn't vary very much. So when you look at you're in a road race, yeah, you can have a hill, you can have an uphill, you can have a downhill, you can go around a corner, but pretty much that pavement, unless there's potholes, is pretty much the same. And the race is run get or done style. It is start, finish. There's not really much in between. And if you come to an aid station, you grab your stuff and you go. It's not like trail, which is different. When you look at, well, what's in trail running, it's basically wherever the course is. So you could be bushwhacking. It could be a nice paved trail. It could be a nice double wide. It could be a rail to trail where they used to have railway tracks. Could be quad trail. Could also be sand, snow, roots, rocks, scree, crossing the water. It's whatever, wherever in the country you are. So it's not so much as get or done. It is being more efficient at going the distance and encountering the terrain. Now, in trail running, it is kind of like a running buffet because there's aid stations along the way. Now, here's the thing is road running, a lot of times you see runners with absolutely maybe just a handheld or even nothing. That's not the case with trail. Mm-mm. A lot of times you'll see runners in vests, fully weighted vests. Some of them, depending on how long it is between aid stations, those vests can weigh anywhere from 6 to 21 pounds, and I've seen heavier. So that's another factor with trail running as well, too. And plus, when you're running trail, it is an adaptation. You've got a technical downhill. How do you do that? How do you go up something that's, for example, a 40-degree pitch and scree? How do you do that? There's a lot of problem solving involved. And yeah, you've got everything thrown at you. And not only that, there's wildlife. You could be in an area where there's bears, cougars, deer, whatever the wildlife is, could be snakes. I have no idea what to do with snakes, but I know what to do with bear, deer, cougar, and moose. So there's other things. Now, weather is actually a bit of a different cat for especially mountain races because whatever the weather is on top can be totally different from the bottom. So you have to prepare for weather as well too. And storms can come up very, very fast. So there's a lot more variation in trail. And it's more to think about when it comes down to it. And you think, well, yeah, storm can come up in a road run. Yeah, but you're not going through mud. You're not going through a lot of the other things you could be going through on the trail. And yes, weather is a factor, and it doesn't matter what race you've been on, even the track. And that's another one is a track. I've done 24 hours on a track, and you think, well, big deal. It's 400-meter track. You're going round and round. What's so hard about that? Try 13 hours in the dark. Now we're talking. So it's everything is hard. Road running's hard, track running's hard, trail running's hard. But it comes down to it's all the different types of hard. It's what do you like to do? What fires you up that you're going to challenge yourself is. That's where the difference is. And the truth is, what makes you happy? What type of running do you like to do? Where do you like to get out? And that's what let's go back to there. What's going to make you lace up and go? And if you think about it, if you were to go outside, what do you like to do? Do you like to stroll in a community? Or do you like to go out in nature and be totally by yourself or even with a group or A community. It's what do you like to do? Do you love the getting into a pace and just going? That's more of a road race. Because in a lot there are spaces in trail race that where you can do that, but they're fewer and farther between. Whereas a road race, a lot of times you get a pace and you go. If that's your jam, that's something to look at. Me personally, I like a 10K. I love a 10K road. I love a half marathon road. Marathon? Uh-uh. Mm-mm. I ran a downhill road marathon and oh my god, I was looking for that finish line, and I've never been so beat up in my life as after a that downhill road. I love a 50K. I don't care for a 50 mile. Don't ask me why, but I love a 100K. So, don't know. Don't know, and it's like it factors in what distance do you like? How long do you like to be out there for? If you love to get out there and like be out there for hours on end, then you look at the more longer distance. So let's come back to where do you like to be when you're outside? Do you like to be hiking up a mountain somewhere? Do you like to be in an area where you could just totally get lost and you're happy? Or do you like to be in an area where, you know what, you like being in nature, but you like the trail a little bit more, I'm going to say civilized, where it's more of a paved trail or a well-pounded trail, for example. Mountain bike trails, for example. There are some areas that mountain bikes are on the trail as well as humans and or as well as runners, and the trails are shared. Some mountain bike trails, you don't go on them because the mountain bike riders are they go down there pretty fast. So, if you love the flowy mountain bike trails, some people love them. Personally, no, I don't like them. 'Em. They're just, yeah. But think about it. Do you love community? Do you love being by yourself? What when you enter a race, what are you looking for? Are you looking for you're looking for to get her done? Are you looking for PR? Are you looking to take pictures? Like, there's those of us out there, and I'm one included. I love to take pictures. So, are you looking for a photography experience? And a lot of times, being out in trail and especially ultras, there's lots of photography experience. So, like, you think about what why do you want to get out there? And the reason why it's so important to look at what you like to do, it makes it so much easier to set your goals. It really does because when you look at what type of person are you and what do you like to do, what do you value the most in running, it makes it easier to choose the races. And even though if you look at a race, you're training for a race and there's hill repeats to do or strength training or whatever that you're not wild about doing as part of your training plan, but you look at the bigger picture because if you look and go, I am so excited. I can't wait for that race. I really want that race. So you're willing to do the hard and icky stuff. I'm going to say harder and ickier stuff so that you can do the stuff you really like to do. How much do you like to challenge yourself? There's another question for you is how much do you like to challenge yourself? If you like to get it fast, get it done, it's a lot different than going out there and being out there for hours and even sometimes days. There's also multi-day events of where you're going out, say, for example, from 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock in the morning, or even 6 in the morning, and cutoff time is 5 in the afternoon. And you're doing it the next day and the next day and the next day. So think about it. Do you love those events? I I actually like those events as long as I'm not sleeping in a tent. That's my thing. So it comes down to okay, hiking the Pacific Coast Trail. Is that something you do? Because there's lots of adventure in that. There's lots of photo ops. There's lots of challenge in that. Is that something that you look and go, I'd like to do that? That sounds like a lot of fun. Pretty different than running a road race or being in something that you're finished and you're in your own bed overnight. There's differences. And you know what? Nothing is wrong. There's no right or wrong with this. It's just choosing what you love to do that worry, or else you want to try it. Do you like it? You might get into something and go, oh, I really like that. There's nothing wrong in trying something and noticing what do you always come back to? How does your body feel after hiking up that mountain? How does it make you feel while you're hiking up that mountain? If you're swearing every step of the way, well, maybe this is not the thing for you. But if you're actually just, okay, just let's just get her done. Let's just get this climb done. Let's go. And let's see, these are things to look at, what you like to do. And yeah, they're all hard. A track is hard. And one thing that comes into play, especially in races like, for example, 24-hour races on a track, it's the mind game. It really is. Because, 13 hours in, or when you're getting into the dark and you're going round and round, you're getting tired and you got actually a long way to go yet. The highs are high and the lows are low, and been there for that. But when it comes down to it, after it's all said and done, is that the thing you really like? Do you like that mental game, that mental challenge? My driveway, I've done a marathon in my driveway. I love my driveway. Ask me, "Why do you love your driveway so much?" I just do. "Well, how can you run a marathon in your driveway?" I just can't. That's where it comes. And yeah, it's, what do you like? Because there's no right or wrong. It's one person's hard is another person's easy. And look at what you keep coming back to. And there's your key. What do you keep coming back to? What kind of races catch your eye? What kind of events catch your eye? And what are the things you actually lace up for and get out there? Is it the challenge? Is it the get in the groove and get in the groove and go? Or is it the photo ops? Some of you like to collect swag and race medals. There's nothing wrong with that. I have a collection myself. And I think if it wasn't for race swag, my closet would be pretty empty. But that's not a bad thing. It really isn't. There's some pretty nice stuff out there. So, you know, road versus trail, which is harder? They're both hard. And sometimes they're both easy. But you know what? When it comes down to it, they're both rewarding if you're in the place that you love to be and you love doing the thing you're doing. That is the key to remember when looking at choosing your races or even choosing your run groups, is what lights you up? What lights you up that, you know what, I'm looking forward to this. Yeah, let's get out there. So, speaking of getting out there, let's get out there. Let's get some trail. Let's get out and enjoy, whether your trail is a paved road, because I look at that they're the same thing, similar category. Get out there, get some trail, and we'll see you next time. Just have fun.